So, gentlemen, thank you guys for showing up. We also have a few people here from my team. We have Isaac, Eric, and Austin. You may have spoken with one of them. This is probably our 15th iteration of this workshop. And it's kind of turned into the favorite part of my week because I get to take about an hour to an hour and a half just to condense down everything I've learned since 2016 when I first got into commercial roofing, and just distill the golden nuggets and kind of put those forward to you guys and show you exactly what we're doing to grow commercial roofing companies throughout the US, what's working, what's not working, and do it with full transparency. So I'm a really big proponent of the pie just keeps getting bigger and bigger. We want to be as transparent as possible as a company and help contractors like yourself, whether you choose to work with us or not. So this is kind of our best shot at inspiring you and showing you what can be done in business, and hopefully you find this valuable. So with that said, let me dive right in. So from all of my conversations with commercial roofing contractors, I've identified three main things that are typically blocking your growth. The first is just a general sense of confusion about what to do next, not having clarity because there's just simply too many options for lead generation. There's too many marketing companies telling you to go this way, telling you to go that way, do this, do that. And it just kind of becomes a lot of noise and becomes really difficult to move forward when there's so many different paths you can take. So that's the first thing. The second thing is referrals are fantastic, but usually there's not enough of them. They're the best type of lead you can have. They come already with a bit of trust that you can do what you say you're going to do, but there usually just isn't enough to take you where you really want to go. And the third thing is it's becoming really hard to stand out in commercial roofing. There's more and more commercial roofing contractors minted every year. The industry is growing rapidly, especially roof coating. It's the fastest growing segment of roofing. And hopefully this gives you a bit of clarity on how you can avoid becoming a commodity and just another commercial roofer. By the end of this workshop, my hope is that you'll be able to wake up every day to a full sales pipeline of commercial opportunities so that you never have to worry about where your next job is coming from. Additionally, I want you to be able to confidently sell roof coating jobs easier than ever before by positioning yourself as a building envelope consultant rather than just another commercial roofer. And ultimately, I hope that you can build your commercial roof coating empire with predictability and peace of mind. Here are just a few success stories to give you context as to what qualifies me to speak on this and what are some of the transformations we've been able to watch take place as we implement these strategies. So this is Eric Hostetler with Omega Commercial Roofing. He's based in Kentucky. He started with us in March 2023. His starting revenue in 2022 was $700,000, and in 2023 he did $2.4 million after just implementing a few of the basic strategies we're going to be talking about here. I'm going to play a little snippet from my interview with him. Everything that I play here you can find on YouTube. Just search for Roof Coating Empire and my channel will pop up.
Changed, and in 2022,
speed it up a little bit.
Our gross was around 700,000, and my goal for 23 was 1.3 million. And I don't think I would have hit it, but through Roof Engine, we were able to hit 2.4 million. So it just literally knocked our goal out of the park. But it wasn't that easy. We definitely had our challenges. To start with, it was coming up with the money to advertise, having enough equipment. This equipment anymore, what we use to spray the roof isn't very cheap, but through Roof Engine, we were able to double our profits, and it just made a significant impact in our business. But one of the challenges also was in the beginning. I thought having paid Google ads would generate immediate results, but it did take 2 or 3 months to have a really good flow of leads. We still got leads in the beginning, but not what I hoped for. But hanging in there, it really paid off. So
again, full interview, if you want to watch that, is on YouTube. Just search for Roof Coating Empire. I don't want to take too much time here with the smaller details. This is Central States Commercial Roofing out of Ohio. They started with me back in December of 2017. At that point, they were right around 800,000 a year. Last year, they did approximately 7 million.
will these guys work or won't they?
Thank you for the kind words there. If you had to kind of ballpark it, how much do you think you've sold in jobs from Roof Engine and the Google Ads over the years?
That might be. There's millions and millions. I'm not sure I can even give you a number. 5 to 10 million, I don't know. It would be really tough to know exactly. We could do the figures, and we are actually keeping a lot better track now. We actually have our agendas in place, our visions, our goal boards of how many leads we want to get in each month. So we're keeping, every year we do better at keeping track of what's coming in and our ROIs and everything. I was a little bit of a lone ranger some of the first years, and we have a good team in the office now. So with that, we're able to do a lot better in keeping track. But without kind of doing an extensive dive, I would say, yeah, there's many millions put through for sure. And it kept our business going and growing. We're headed to a $10 million business here in the next year or so. So that's kind of where we're, yeah. And you have a vital part in that.
So we can't take credit for everything. We never do, but Roof Engine does help. This is United Contracting and Roofing out of Atlanta, Georgia. So they started with us in September 2022. They were primarily doing residential roofing. They didn't have a commercial division. And last year they closed out $8 million in commercial projects. Looking to roof.
Chasing commercial roofs. So I think it was 2022 we got with you. Is that right?
Sounds right.
Yeah. Through the referral of one of my closest friends that owns another roofing company. And I mean, I think that, having you guys was definitely a blessing. I don't believe that we would have gotten where we're at now in the commercial roofing space had we not had you guys to help accelerate our growth from the very beginning. Because, whenever we first started, really didn't have a clue on how to market, how to go after the business, where to find the leads, where to get people that are actually buying. And the roofing space, that marketing is, especially SEO, internet marketing, is such a competitive space and it can get very expensive. There's 1,000 different avenues that you can go spend money and resources on to try to acquire business, but finding the right one that actually produces something is tough. We just closed and just finished our biggest contract that we landed through a Roof Engine lead that was like $2.9 million. We first inspected the roof on October 15th, 2023, and we just finished the roof like 2 days ago, or 2 weeks ago. So it took a long time from lead to inspection to close to actual production and to finishing everything out. But man, that one job alone would pay for about 10 years of your services. So it's well worth it, man. Early on.
So who am I? I'm Max Resnich. Started in commercial roofing in 2015 as a partner in a roofing company in Baltimore, Maryland. Prior to that, I was just doing web design and marketing locally in Baltimore. And then I saw the opportunity in roofing, partnered with a family friend, but very quickly decided I didn't want to stay in Baltimore the rest of my life. And that business was just, not something I wanted to run much longer. So I started Roof Engine. Since then, I've been helping roofing companies grow using my strategy. I've consulted with over 2,250 commercial roofers across the country since I started Roof Engine. And last year alone, we spent $975,000 to produce about 4,500 commercial roofing leads across the country at an average cost of $216 per lead. If you know of anybody who's spent more on commercial roofing marketing, please put me in touch. I'd love to buy them a beer, pick their brain. But as far as we know, we're currently the largest commercial roofing marketing company. We don't do anything in residential. We don't do anything outside of commercial roofing, and specifically our focus is commercial roof coating. But many of our clients, they don't do coating, they do membranes. So this is kind of our hill that we put the flag on. And after all of that, the main thing I've learned is you don't need more commercial roofing leads. You simply need a way to ensure you're the only logical choice for a building owner. And then once you establish that, you can focus on getting more leads. I'll explain exactly what I mean by that in a minute there. So how do you position yourself as the only logical choice for a building owner, rather than just any other commercial roofer, and avoid becoming a commodity? The answer to that, in my opinion, is moisture mapping. This is the future of roof inspections the way I see it. This is a Tramex RWS impedance moisture scanner. It essentially allows you to walk a roof and take readings without any type of penetration as to how much moisture a square of that roof is holding. So the outcome of this is you can essentially create a visual representation of where the problematic areas are on the roof, how much moisture the roof is holding, and which areas need to be addressed now, which areas need to be addressed later. And this is a game changer, because if most commercial roofers are just walking the roof doing core samples, maybe some are now using thermal imagery to get a better idea. This is a superior method to that, and I'll show you why in a minute here. So essentially, this allows you to walk a roof, take readings, and then create a moisture map and show this to the building owner and give them an idea exactly where the problem areas are, where the water saturation is the most significant, where it's least significant, and it positions you as a consultant rather than just a contractor. By using this piece of equipment, you can separate yourself from the pack and be perceived in a better light by building owners and property managers. And this also makes you more referable. What I mean by that is this type of inspection has a significant benefit to every building owner, not just the ones who have a roof issue. This is essentially the first step to identifying issues that are going to be coming up. This is going to be getting building owners into a preventative solutions kind of mentality rather than just a reactive mentality. So if you compare this to just walking the roof, doing core samples, thermal, nuclear, doing moisture mapping is incredibly cost effective. The training for a team is typically right under $2,000, and it requires pretty minimal equipment. Just need the Tramvex moisture meter, and you can walk a roof that's about 35,000 square feet and do that entire roof in about an hour. And unlike thermal, the time of the day doesn't matter, the time of the year doesn't matter, and it creates this beautiful visual representation of the roof that you can then use as a selling point to the system that you're going to be recommending. So we're affiliated with a company called Redry. Eric, if you could put the link to that in the chat, that'd be great. Redry's specialty is installing two-way ventilation systems to dry out wet insulation. But the first step to that is actually doing moisture mapping. So they'll actually train you and they'll sell you the equipment necessary to do these moisture scans. So that company is run by Adam Capps. He was a previous commercial roofer, and he's incredibly knowledgeable in this. And if you're interested in learning how to do moisture mapping, I'd recommend reaching out to Redry, talking to Adam, and just kind of feel it out from there. I'm sure you'll come to the same conclusion I did, saying, wow, like this is definitely something we want to have in our arsenal. And when you can put this as the bumper to your business, you're allowing building owners to receive value from you much earlier in the process. If you're just doing a roof inspection and putting forward an estimate, you can only get a referral and a Google review from them after the work has been done, right? So in commercial roofing, you're likely not going to be doing 200, 300 roofs a year like you would be in residential. So your velocity of being able to create happy customers it's hindered just because of the nature of the business. If you attach a diagnostic service to the front of your business, moisture mapping, you can have these building owners and these property managers thinking, what other roofs can I have you go look at and do one of these moisture maps for? You can also say, do you know any other building owners that would benefit from this type of inspection? So this makes you more of an expert. This makes you more referable. And this significantly cuts down the time to where they feel like they've received significant value from you, and thereby just making the entire process of doing good work, getting word of mouth referrals, doing more good work, spin faster and faster and faster. Hopefully that makes sense. And once you have this, piece of the puzzle, the next step is just to get on the roofs. So how do you actually get more of the right commercial roofing leads? Our strategy has been heavily reliant on Google Ads since 2016. We've done pretty much everything you can think of under the sun. We've spent $250,000 on Facebook ads. We do telemarketing. We do cold email. We're always testing. I like to say that we're platform agnostic when it comes to producing commercial leads. I'm willing to try anything and anything twice because there could be $1 million roof on the other end. And our business relies on producing results for our clients. Nobody's locked into a contract, so they can leave whenever. So the burden of deliverability is always on our shoulders. And we use Google Ads without fail for all of our clients. And I'll explain why in a minute here. But essentially with Google Ads, there's a 3-step process. The first step is to design a conversion optimized mini site that you can take the building owners to. This is kind of similar to maybe your main website, but it's basically just putting your best digital salesperson forward to speak to building owners 24/7. Once we have that live, we want to use Google Ads to get anybody who's searching for commercial roofing services in your market to look at that mini site by finding your ad at the top. And then from there on, it's essentially an optimization process of reporting all of the good leads that come in back to Google and training their AI to then go and find you more of those leads. So Google has about 200 different data points on every user, and they can differentiate between somebody who's searching for flat roofing in a suburb, who's maybe 31, a mother with 3 kids, and somebody who's searching for flat roof repair in an industrial area, who plays golf on the weekends and has an affinity for luxury cars, or like a building owner. And the beauty of doing all this in 2025 is the AI is just incredibly good at differentiating who's likely to become a customer for you and who's not. So all Roof Engine really does is we just feed the beast. We take all of our clients' advertising budgets, and we just kind of channel them into just training one Google algorithm to find as many commercial roofing leads for the lowest cost as it possibly can. At this point, I'm gonna, as we say, pull back the curtain. And I'm gonna show you guys into a sneak peek into our campaign here. This is the master account. Right now, I have a last 30-day view open. As you can see, we've spent right around $86,000 since December 10th. We've produced 269 commercial leads at an average cost of $319. This is during our most expensive part of the year, I would say. If we do, a 1-year view, 365 days, you can see that the average cost is right around $218 per lead. Now, these are not telemarketing leads. These are not, Facebook leads. They're in a class of their own because, there's really 3 different categories for commercial leads. The cream of the crop is word of mouth referrals. We want as many of those as we could possibly get. That's why I started this presentation with moisture mapping to show you how you can deliver value as quickly as possible so you could be as referable as possible. And then the next tier after that would be building owners and property managers who are actively aware that they have a problem and they're actively seeking a contractor that they can trust to deliver a solution. This is where Google Ads falls in. And then the third category of that would be just building owners and property managers who aren't looking for any type of commercial roofing services. Maybe they know they have a problem, but they're not thinking about it. And the way you get them as a lead is by intercepting their attention, whether that's with a knock on the door, a piece of direct mail, an email, a cold call, or delivering an ad to them on Facebook or Instagram. This is one of the big pitfalls that a lot of commercial roofers kind of end up in right now. There's a lot of agencies out there promoting Facebook ads, and it's called Meta ads. And they're saying, we'll get you, 30, 40 commercial leads in a month. And yeah, it's true. Like you can get a whole lot of commercial leads that way, but the intent to buy is just not that strong. So when you're pulling your leads from social media, those leads are more curious rather than serious about getting work done. With Google, it's completely flipped around. Google leads go to Google with a specific intention to find a local, reputable, trustworthy commercial roofing contractor that can come out there and present them with a solution. So that's why our focus is just on Google Ads until proven otherwise, because this is how you can tap into the flow of the most high intent leads in your market. So you can produce leads in a number of ways, but money is finite and our time is finite as well. And when I was producing, Facebook leads, initially it was exciting because we would see, 3 or 4 leads coming in every day. Everybody was excited. And then, by month 4, by month 6, the complaints start. Max, I'm just spending all this time running around looking at roofs, but I haven't sold anything. I've looked at 40 roofs, 50 roofs. I've delivered estimates, just nobody's pulling the trigger. What's going on here? And that's when I kind of made the connection that just because you have a lead, it doesn't mean that that lead is that close to cutting a check, right? So the leads are not created equal. And it's really, really important for you guys to think about this part of the business as less but better. More is not better. More commercial leads does not translate to more commercial jobs sold. It's the quality that truly counts. So this is how we deliver the quality. So what we're doing with Google Ads is we're basically targeting a myriad of different keywords that these building owners could be searching for. I'm just going to go into the Central States campaign here. And we actually have a few different sub-campaigns. So we're targeting, with this first one here, coating specific. So these are people who are aware of coatings and they're searching for a commercial roof coating contractor, or they're searching for a roof coating estimate. And we can pull these leads in at about $174 a piece. The next category is called industry generic. These people are just searching for commercial roofing contractor, industrial roofing contractor, flat roofing contractor, just generic industry terms. And we can pull these in this case in Ohio, for about $122 a piece. And then the third one will be product specific. Now, these people are looking for a highly specific result. So they're searching for TPO roof estimate, EPDM roof repair. They know exactly what they have, they know exactly what they want. So it's a very, very different type of lead from somebody just searching for a commercial roofer. And over time, we've developed a system where we can deliver ads to a variety of different building owners and commercial property managers, no matter where they are in the buying journey, whether they're just in the beginning and they're just searching for a commercial roofer, or they know exactly what they have. Maybe they've talked with a couple and now they're looking for a commercial roof coating estimate, or maybe they know exactly that they have a TPO roof and they need TPO repair. So the beauty of Google Ads is we can target these people with a specific ad to match exactly what they're searching for. And the cool thing is, we don't have to create thousands of ads to match everything that they're searching for. We use this feature that Google Ads provides where they actually can understand where the searcher is geographically located, like down to the town or down to the neighborhood. And we can pull that location into the ad. So here it says location, city, semicolon, Ohio, commercial roofing, commercial spray roof coating, serving all of location. So this is kind of mumbo jumbo here because this is just a piece of script. But to somebody looking at the ad, it would say, if they're in Canton, it would say Canton commercial roofing. And if it doesn't know where they're at, it would just say Ohio commercial roofing. So this is allowing us to look very, very local, no matter where they are in the state, no matter where you're located. So it's a very, very smart ad that allows for the person to, the person looking at it to think, oh, this company is possibly 5 to 10 minutes away from me. And that level of specificity with, proximity just makes them want to click on it and just to see what you're doing. Hopefully you look credible. Hopefully the website is clean, and then they can call you. So this is kind of Google Ads in a nutshell. It's pretty complicated. There's rabbit holes within rabbit holes within rabbit holes here, but you don't have to worry about that if you're working with Roof Engine, because this is, this is the main account that we've been using since going back to, I think this one's from 2018. So all of the data is here. All of the money to figure out what actually produces quality leads has been spent, and all of the money that went to tire kicker searches and tire kicker leads has also been spent, so we don't need to spend your money on it. So our business is essentially helping commercial roofers stand on the shoulders of other commercial roofers who found success with their marketing, all without sharing any leads. Everybody gets exclusive leads. Everybody gets their own exclusive website. But on the back end, the data is pulled together and it's used to aggressively train and reinforce to the Google Ads pixel what we're looking for, which is high value commercial roofing opportunities, and not Miss Sally who wants an estimate for her flat roof garage in the backyard. Okay. That was a mouthful. So once we figured out how to, get the traffic, the next step is we need to figure out how to convert potentially interested building owners and property managers into leads. So we've done a lot of things over the years. We started with just a simple landing page. I'll pull it up here just to kind of give you a little history. So this one goes back to 2018 and it still works incredibly well. And this is just a simple page with no other, about us or contact us or anything. It's just a one pager, and it's specifically hitting the pain point of get a leak-free flat roof that can pay for itself with roof restoration. And we also offer the option for them to get a ballpark estimate in under 60 seconds. All we're doing here is we're just asking, hey, what's the size of your roof? What type of roof do you have? What's the condition of the roof? What's your building address? What's the zip code? Name of the business? Email, phone number. So we're just collecting everything we need for it to be a solid lead. And then on the thank you page, it just runs quick napkin math. And it says to replace the roof, you're looking at between $5 to $15 a square foot. To restore the roof, you're looking at about $365 to $650 a square foot. In this case, we're calculating $500,000 to $1.5 million for a replacement on a 100,000 square foot roof, and approximately $365,000 to $650,000 for roof restoration. So to somebody looking to save money and anybody looking for coatings, this does the job, and this is incredibly effective. But we want as many commercial leads as we can produce in a market, and not everybody is excited about the thought of coatings. So we have to go broad. So this is what we're currently rolling out across the board. We call this a mini site. Essentially, it's just a beefed up commercial roofing website, and it has different service pages. So this is a directory here of the different types of roofs that we're targeting. Somebody has a question, just let's save it for towards the end here. Maybe make a note. And then, so we have one for commercial roof coating. We have commercial roofing repair, EPDM roofing, metal roofing, single ply, and then TPO. Now, the big thing here is we want to deliver as trustworthy look and feel as we can. So that's why we're using a video background here. That's why we have the Google 5-star badge. That's why we have the BBB accredited badge here. And down here as well, 24/7 emergency service, BBB. We have testimonials, incredibly important. And everything else you'd expect to see, including plenty of before and afters. So right away, I'd ask you guys just to kind of reflect on how does this compare to what you have for a website? And is there anything you can take away from this to implement in your website? You can never have too many before and after photos. You can never have too many testimonials. You can never have too many trust badges, as we call them, right? And our CA badge, very, very nice looking badge to have here. So this allows the building owner to feel at ease that, okay, this company looks pretty legitimate so far. Well, let me give them a call. And that's all we're trying to do here at this stage. We're not trying to sell them on any type of specific manufacturer. That's a bit down the line. All we're trying to do here is to make you look as appealing and trustworthy and credible as possible just to get a phone call, right? That's our objective. And if we can hit that, you end up getting a whole bunch of commercial leads. You sell 20, 25% of them. Everybody's happy. But this doesn't work if there's a lack of photos, if there's a lack of testimonials. If it just looks like an AI generated website, or if like it looks like some lead generator in India or Pakistan made the website without photos of real people, real projects, it won't work that well. So that's why one of our big focuses on this year is to make sure every one of our properties has the highest quality photos and videos as we possibly can get. Okay. And that's the system in a nutshell. So everything I've shown you here so far, you can take it, implement it on your own. Basically, you'll have to learn how to set up a Google Ads campaign. You have to design a high converting landing page for each keyword you want to target. You have to set up tracking to accurately track the leads from the Google Ads to the website, to the call, and then into the CRM. And you have to dial in and prune the keywords that aren't profitable so you're not wasting money on junk traffic. And then you have to spend thousands of dollars trying to get everything dialed in before it's actually profitable. There is a pretty painful learning curve with Google Ads, and most contractors tend to get pretty burned when they go about it, just because there's a lot of things that Google will happily take your money for that aren't actually worth you paying the money for. There's just a lot of junk traffic going around. That's why, we recommend just doing this wisely. And if you can, don't pay for your mistakes and for your learning curve with your own money. So if you wanted to do that, you could, but I'll ask you, is that really your zone of genius? Is that really what you're excited about in the morning? Trying to become, a master of Google Ads and, going into that lane? Or do you just want to kind of just focus on running your business and have us take care of absolutely everything for you? So if you were to theoretically work with us, we will build your Google Ads campaign in our master ad account with about 2.5 million of previous spend. Everything is already 8 years dialed in and pruned down. We will run and optimize the ads day to day to ensure you're getting the best possible results and the best possible cost per lead. And our fee for this is $3,000 a month. In addition to that, you have to give Google some money for the traffic. Depending on your territory, we recommend starting at the lowest at about $2,500 a month. And $3,000 is also pretty decent for, I'd say, 90% of markets. So all in, to get a campaign like this set up is about $5,500 a month to $6,000 a month. And we don't do any contracts. Everything is month to month. We really want to be judged on our performance and not by the strength of our contract and our threats to you. And then we have a few bonuses. So we'll design the landing page. We'll build your very own conversion optimized page at no extra charge. We'll actually send a photographer out to capture photos and videos of you and your crews at work so that the landing page looks spiffy and it performs well. Third thing is we'll provide you with a custom multi-purpose CRM and mobile app to filter the leads that you receive so you don't lose track of anything, and then forward them into your main CRM. We'll take care of all that integration no problem. And then our team will listen to all of your inbound calls, and we'll figure out if it was a quality lead or if it was a junk lead, and we'll report that back to Google so that the quality increases month over month. And then we'll also do your roof coating proposals for you. By proposal, I mean we will take your bid and wrap it in a really beautiful 17-page proposal built in Joist or Sumo Quote. And from the time you submit the details to us until the proposal is ready, it's typically under 45 minutes. So you don't have to go back to the office, put anything together that can take you an hour or two. Just simply submit it to our team, and we'll be more than happy to deliver something that looks similar to this. So your logo would be here. You would have a cover letter saying, thank you for the opportunity to perform an inspection and put this proposal together for your consideration. We would include an inspection report. You have to submit the photos to us. You have to submit the notes to us. We'll organize them and make everything look presentable. We already have a lot of content written for preventative roof maintenance. We already have a lot of content written for coatings and for roof restoration. This one is Conklin specific. We talk about the benefits of roof restoration and how it pays for itself immediately and over the long run to a degree. And we also recommend doing good, better, best. And then we want to include some case studies, some testimonials in here from you. So essentially, whenever you go look at one of our leads, you can then follow that up very, very rapidly with a nice looking proposal with good, better, best bids in there and your warranty. And hopefully you can turn that around the same day. And if you pair this up with doing the moisture mapping, you're putting your best foot forward at every step of the way. So this right here was an absolute game changer when we introduced this, because a lot of our clients were just doing, really simple 1 or 2 pager estimates. And sometimes that doesn't cut it if you're asking for like $250,000 or $500,000 and you're going up against 3 or 4 other commercial roofers. And if you're going up against like Tecta, they're delivering like an 80-page proposal. So this is our way of making sure that you can look as professional as possible with as little work and time investment on your part as possible. So just to recap the bonuses, we'll give you the landing page. We'll get a photographer out there to get really good media. We'll put that on the landing page so it converts better. We'll give you a CRM so no lead goes missing or slips through the cracks. We'll take care of all of the lead qualification and lead filtering for you. And we'll give you unlimited done for you roof coating proposals. Not a problem. And all of this is backed with our $500,000 guarantee. And basically the guarantee states we'll generate at least $500,000 in commercial roof estimates for you within 90 days, or you'll work for free until you do. So this is not you'll sell $500,000 of jobs in 90 days. This is simply you'll put out $500,000 in commercial estimates from Roof Engine leads in the first 3 months, or we'll work for free until you do. So this is kind of the safety net that we can offer you. And again, this is a minimum. Our average pipeline value for a typical client 90 days in is between $1 million to $2 million. And finally, we have, unfortunately, limited capacity throughout the country. Some of you here, you're in markets where we can't serve you, but we still want to share this information. So there are some waiting list territories. If you're in Ohio, New Jersey, PA, New York, Georgia, Arizona, Los Angeles, San Diego, we currently won't allow any more commercial roofers in those markets. So if you are interested in those, you have to be added to the waiting list. But mostly everywhere else in the country, we can facilitate at least 1 or 2 more. And everything is fully dependent on the amount of search volume. So Texas can produce a whole lot more leads than Wyoming. So we kind of take that into consideration. So this is not a, it's not a lead free for all. There's a very, very finite amount of these leads, and we do our best to make sure that everybody has plenty. And again, we never share leads. Everything is 100% exclusive. Whatever you get is 100% yours. So if you're ready to get a steady stream of high quality exclusive commercial leads every week who are motivated to move forward, and if you want to increase your closing ratio and sell more commercial jobs with predictability and consistency, so you can spend more quality time with your family, live a better life, less stress, less anxiety, and less fear of what next month will bring in your business. I invite you to schedule a call with Austin by going to roofengine.com/go. If we could put that link in the comments here. And this is where we can address any questions you have specifically pertaining to your market, and just kind of talk details with you. We can also address some questions now. I'll open this up for Q&A, but feel free to reserve any private matters or private questions for the one-on-one call. But if there's anything you guys want to discuss or any questions you want to ask me, more than happy to open up the floor now. Okay, Colton.
Hey, how's it going, Max?
Very well. How are you?
Cool. Yeah, good. So, if I'm understanding this correctly, what you guys are doing essentially is you've carved out this niche of doing the moisture mapping with the to pair alongside the roof coating to essentially optimize your Google ads. Am I understanding that correctly?
The moisture mapping is optional. It's just simply a way for you to have a stronger chance of closing the job once you get the lead. The last thing we want you doing is going into this without any strategic advantages over the competition.
Okay, so the moisture mapping thing is isn't more or less isn't a super integral part of the operation.
Yeah, we have clients that don't do it, but
Okay.
Yeah, this is more than powerful enough to work without that. My goal though is to give everybody an unfair advantage. So that's why we're talking about a little bit more than just Google ads here, so that when you actually go out in the field, you're blowing their socks off. Moisture mapping helps with that, but you don't have to do it.
Okay, that was my question. Thanks.
Gabriel, just have to unmute yourself and you're good to go. Look for the microphone down in the bottom of the screen.
If you're on a computer, it should be in the bottom left corner.
Yep, I got it. Thanks. I had a question. You were talking about implementing an air drying for like wet insulation. So you're wanting to add a service to improve their ventilation. Do you have certain products for that, or?
Yeah, great question. So essentially, that's what ReDry does. If you go to their website and you speak with them, they'll tell you they have the ability to dry out roofs that have wet insulation that cannot be traditionally coated, where the previous option would just be pure replacement. With ReDry, you're able to save roofs and coat roofs that previously were not coatable.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Is there ever a concern with mold though? Or do you do that inspection and if it's got mold in the insulation, wouldn't that have to be removed? Or is there a point where you can use ReDry before that actually happens?
Yeah, so the vents, once they're installed, they're basically there until all of the moisture is removed.
Okay.
So you'd have to talk to Adam Capps about the specifics on mold. I don't know too much about that.
Sure.
But they warranty the systems after the roofs are dry, and it's, no corners are cut in that process. It's basically a way of offering coatings to building owners who previously they could not coat the roof.
Okay.
But yeah, that would be a great question, a great conversation to have with Adam Capps.
Yep.
And it's also pretty pivotal for doing like CPACE and getting into that realm where you want to finance the coating by piggybacking that off the CPACE solar financing, because you can't you can't roll a re-roof into CPACE. So CPACE and the ITC, it's purely for coatings.
Yep.
So it opens the door to financing and to the 30% ITC credit when previously that wouldn't be available. So ReDry is a big part of our process because it can make the deals a lot easier to close if you can provide them the financing. If you have to share them, good to do.
Yeah, I would definitely like to have a phone call and talk further about that. Yep.
Yeah, and then I'll just put it's in here. So yeah, that's the first link that Eric put there, redry.com.
Okay.
There's two. They do the ventilation, and then they also teach you how to do the moisture mapping.
Okay.
He's a commercial roofing genius, if there ever was one. Great question. Thank you.
Yep. Oh, one more question. With the training course, is that something that you guys do once a month, or is that completely online and you just finish a course and then you're certified and can get that mapping tool?
We don't do that. That's redry.
Oh, that's all part of that. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, I think that's called redry ready. That's a new certification that he's rolling out.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, really, really good tools to have in your arsenal. This is a great way of differentiating yourself and making the building owner go, okay, if these guys are, acting like this up front and being this diligent, I can expect this to continue throughout the production of the roof. So it's setting the relationship off on a really strong foot when you differentiate yourself that way.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What other questions do you guys have?
Unless I missed it, besides the ad spend it will take for Google Ads, I mean, what's our investment on a monthly basis?
So the roof engine fee is $3,000 per month plus the ad spend. If you do like a prepayment for 6 months, we can usually do a 15% discount on the total there. And just to kind of give you guys an idea, we always aim to be at about 5% of your your marketing with roof engine should be 5% of your total revenue. So 100,000 invested, at least 2 million sold. And with commercial, the beautiful thing is we don't need, a whole lot of these. So Eric with Omega, he did 144, sorry, he received like 144 leads. He wrote up 50 estimates and he sold 14 projects. And that totaled to about 2.4 million. Roof engine in total, I believe, was right around 72,000. 72,000 invested, 2.4 million made at around a 30 to 40% margin. That's why I don't believe in contracts. If I'm doing my job properly, we should be working together a long time. If I'm not, please fire me.
For a new company that's starting out in coatings, are you recommending 5% based on what they are shooting for projections wise? So if they're wanting to shoot for 1 million that first year, you recommending 50,000 in ad spend?
Yep, that's about right.
Perfect.
Yeah, 50,000 like in total, not just ad spend, but in total.
Okay.
Yeah, $1 million is not that hard to hit over the course of a year with a dialed in Google Ads campaign. That's our technical term for that is light work.
What I like to hear.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of this. Like Jeremy Perry mentioned, one project was 2.9 million. It took a year to get that wrapped up. But that came in at right around a 55% margin.
Yeah, that's killer.
Yeah, so we don't need like a home run every week for this to make sense. We'll happily take them. We'll aim for them. But that's why I'm so passionate about this business. This isn't like a pizza shop where you have to have everything dialed in and your margins are razor thin. As long as you're doing honest, good work and you're relying on good people and you have the proper systems to keep the leads coming in and to keep the production flowing. Austin will tell you firsthand that he's opening up his roof coating company later this year in Maryland because he's seen what this can do. He's been with me for 6 years and he's just tired of sitting on the sidelines. So,
yep, that is a fact. I've been with Max for 6 years and watched all of you guys make a boatload of money off of the work we do. And told Max I'm moving back to my hometown and we're doing this. And from day one, I will be implementing along with my brother every single thing we covered on this webinar. Everything we covered on today's workshop is the foundational pieces to why I'm confident going into the market with no prior experience. And I will also be paying Roof Engine every single month, starting from day one.
Do you have an idea on the first month prediction of how many leads you would get in the very first month, or is that really based on where you're at?
what would be your desired market?
Me and Matt were thinking around Tampa Bay, Florida, to start out with, and then if it works well out there, I would like to do it out here in Fargo, North Dakota as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Florida, I would predict somewhere about $250 cost per lead.
Sure.
Okay? So if you're spending $2,500, that's around 10, but it has potential for you to spend 5,000 if you wanted like 20.
Oh, sure, definitely. More can be better, and that's strictly commercial. And
yes, sir.
Within the first month, that's good. Good.
Yeah, and Florida's a really good one. Yeah, we had Suncoast Roofing start a couple months ago in Orlando, and I think their first month they produced like 30.
Okay.
30 leads. There's just some markets where we'll give you like some caution with.
Yep.
The coastal markets are usually not a problem. It's more
Okay.
so when we're looking at, Kansas, Colorado, Montana, North Dakota. That's where you either have just not enough leads or just an oversaturation of commercial roofers and an older storm,
Sure.
things like that.
Okay. So what is my next step? Just to call you guys or to go forward with it, or?
Yeah, so there's just go to roofengine.com/go and you can book a call with Austin.
Oh, okay. Simple enough.
Yep.
All right.
So if you click the chat there, there's the link that'll go straight to my calendar. It'll be a one-on-one with me, and I can answer any final questions you have, or get you ready and set up to go.
All right. Yeah, that sounds good. I will talk with my partner, Matt, and then we can go forward with everything.
Sounds great.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thanks,
Thank
Gabriel.
you. Kevin, how are you? And you are muted. Just unmute so I can hear you. Still can't hear you.
Kevin, you should see at the bottom of your screen a little microphone icon. Just tap it again. There you
Oh,
go.
sorry about that. There we go. There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was wondering, can you give me that website again? What is it? roofengine.com/go.
Go.
Okay, gotcha. Thank
Yep.
you.
And we text it over to you as well.
Okay. You gentlemen have a great day.
Thank you. You as well. Okay.
Marcellus.
Marcellus, how are you?
Hey, it's Mark. Yeah, you guys probably know me by Mark, but that's fine. In terms of where this program works in good markets, is Maryland, the DMV, Maryland, Virginia, a good market for this particular program?
It is, yes. Where in Maryland are you, by the way?
Columbia.
Columbia, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Baltimore County boy.
Okay.
And Austin is
Salisbury here. Salisbury here, and Eric.
Nova, Northern Virginia.
Okay. Got some of the local crew here then. All right. That was my only question. Everything sounds good. I will be reaching out to you.
awesome. Looking
All
forward
right,
to it.
guys.